everybody, to the DarkHorse experience. So, today we have a very interesting one going at you. Today we are talking about the multiverse.
The multiverse. Oh man, that's gonna look super cool.
So, yeah. Before we get started, I just want to give a little shout out. I did kind of like a little intro video for a new segment that we're doing, kind of its own little playlist that we have running, and it's called the DarkHorse Experience on Tap. So,
I might have some merch.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Oh.
So, definitely check it out when you get a chance. If you want to know more, just watch the intro video. I kind of explain what it's all about. It's not great, but I promise we'll get better at this.
We've gotten much better since our very first one we've ever started.
Yeah, it's true. We've come a long way.
That's fact.
But all right.
If we're doing shout outs real quick, we might as well go ahead and talk about everyone who's been sharing and commenting and liking and interacting. Like, that is fucking incredible.
Dude, it's been awesome so far. The fan interaction has been incredible. A lot of people are sharing, liking the videos, some comments. Like, keep them going, keep them rolling in, because we definitely appreciate all that. And that's so much love. And we want more. We want all the loves.
Do you remember that time we contemplated making up our own fans until we actually got some?
No.
I know. I wrote one.
It's true. It's true. We were going to go to great lengths to make this work.
We were going to fudge it until it started happening for real.
Well, maybe that's just part of our multiverse topic, right?
Yep. Hell yeah. So let's get into it. So, the multiverse.
Oh man, it tickles my soul when you say it. So, do we all believe that there is a multiverse?
Yep. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I do.
I believe in the theory of it.
The theory of it, okay, and I believe that it's a real thing. Okay, so this will be interesting.
Why?
So somewhere there's a version of me that's taller than Josh.
And somewhere there's a version of Jeff who might be better looking than Josh. I think that is one in a million. One in a million.
Welcome to that version.
It's too many possibilities there.
Zach, there's a version of you that has hair and no beard.
And is a monk.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Probably a version where I'm like a fucking fish.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Just a chill ass fucking sea turtle.
That's right.
Do you ever feel that you're connected to your multiverse? Have you ever felt that you've been connected to your said multiverse?
That's an interesting question.
It is.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Depends. Sure. I really don't know, man. I can't really sit here and say I think I'm connected to another version of myself.
What if we're all made up of space and time? We're all connected in general, right?
Energy is what we would be made of.
Sure.
So you don't think that your energy is still shot out to this multiverse and you can't feel any of that?
I don't know. I mean, there are certain moments in life where, like, you feel... I guess it depends on what your flow experience is, man. If you got a flow experience on something in that moment, it's as if time stops, stands still, but it's really, like, flying right by. Could that be it? Could that be a moment?
Quite possibly.
So I have a theory, like, when I'm dreaming, right? When I have these dreams of me, I'm doing some off-the-wall things. I'm doing shit I've never even thought about. I've been in, like, post-apocalyptic worlds. I've been underwater. I've been in all these different scenarios, right? Could that not be me connected to a different version of me in this multiverse?
Well, there are theories, right, that in an ever expanding universe or multiverse or whatever you want to call it, that anything and everything is possible, like at all times.
Yeah.
But do you personally believe that?
From my personal experience and what I've done, I absolutely have believed that there is definitely some other things out there, some other realms. Um, I like your theory on the dream, because
I mean, I've had a dream where and they're very vivid, man. Like, and it's almost like it's a memory because it's shit that I've seen. Like, I've watched my daughter like fall, and I've like remember feeling that finger as I was grabbing her and she fell. Like, very vivid dreams. In the multiverse, that could have been me with a different memory.
Maybe. Or something that was happening at that moment. Like, they say,
Exactly.
like, you can't die in your dreams. Maybe that's a connection with another version of you that's happening right then,
And
and
I
you're
and I,
witnessing it. And then when they're essentially gonna die is when you lose connection with that version.
and
Because
that's
they know.
crazy because I've died in my dreams. Like, I've drowned, and it was like I remember taking that last breath of like water, and then when I did, I died, and I woke up, and I was like, whoa, like shit. That is interesting because I went through all this emotion and like shit got real.
Yeah, but did you die or were you dying? Because I've had dreams where I was dying, but I never like completely died.
I want to. Okay, so I was dying. I don't. I've always come back. I've never died. I was
So
on the verge
maybe
of dying.
maybe you just lost connection, like a shitty phone call in a tunnel.
Like a
maybe
bad connection to Skype.
that's we experienced that today.
Today, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Or like when you
Um,
forget to turn your microphone on.
yeah, that happens from time to time. We're humans, we make mistakes.
It's
So
true.
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, the multiverse is an interesting theory. The idea that there's like millions upon billions potentially. I mean, and nobody knows for sure.
Well, it's
It's
infinite, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, but nobody knows for sure because until you've got concrete evidence or you step into another realm yourself, which honestly, if you came back from and told anyone that story, everyone would be like, "You're fucking crazy." Like, you know, that I mean, you might have a few people believe you and all that stuff, but I don't know, man.
So something I've learned via with Christian moving in over to Japan is we have fucked with the timeline. We make jokes about it all the time. Like, in a way, it also makes me feel like I'm connected to it too because past me will give future me gifts. Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes sense. It just doesn't. You're gonna have to elaborate on that one.
So like I'll what's the
It
best
just
example?
happened the other day. You left your future self a gift.
What are we talking? I'll refresh my memory because
You bought your future self a present.
I did. I did actually. So yeah, I bought myself a gift that I'm gonna forget about, not check on, not
You
remember it at all.
clearly already forgot about.
Yeah, already forgot about it because it's like then I might be having a really shitty day, and future me just got a gift from past me to guarantee a smile on my fucking face.
That's an interesting theory. You bought yourself a present, let's just say today, for your future self. So when you get it in the future, are you going to be like, that's not a different version of you, though? You're on this timeline. That's not a different realm.
Yeah, but in another version, he never bought it.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, you want to keep going down that fucking rabbit hole till it doesn't end. But, like, as far as your theory goes, like, I get it. That's, like, cute and adorable to buy yourself a gift to cheer you up in the future, but you're not in a different realm. It'd be something, what would be some shit is if you went to a locker
It's
because
still
somebody
time
sent you a
traveling.
fucking key. It's not time travel. That's not time travel.
It's emotional
You
time
fuck-
travel. Goddamn.
Emotional.
That's a whole nother topic. That's not time travel, bro. We'll fucking stop that right there.
Now.
if you got like a key now, so my thing would be like if you got a key, right? A random fucking letter with like no return, and that key sent you to a storage locker at a set time, and it was like a goddamn futuristic weapon. Then I would be like, there's the other realm. There's the different version of Josh sending him something.
Right.
But when that happens, like, you'll probably be swooped up by some government agency fucking soon as you go to that locker. We'll never see you again, and this version of you will be gone forever.
They've been waiting for you to get that message for 10 whole years.
Man, I just thought of might have to edit this part out, but I thought about fucking with you in ways now.
I totally did
sending random.
I didn't want to say anything.
I couldn't help it. I shouldn't have said anything, but Josh has already forgotten the gift he bought himself, so he'll forget about this in a few months.
Yeah. No, I was thinking more along the lines of like, so in string theory, the thought behind a multiverse is that we exist parallel to each other, and then eventually they branch off in decision-wise, but they're still parallel with each other along the way. And so my thought behind it is that along the same lines as energy, like when you feel somebody looking at you, or like you get that weird feeling like something's going on, like something's going to happen, or something bad's going to happen. What if that is somebody who's on a parallel timeline with you, but just slightly ahead of you? And it happens to them, and you feel it and go, hey, something's going to happen.
And I believe you could even argue, due to the other dimensions, they like the other multiverse or whatever, they might be operating on another plane that we haven't expanded our mind yet. Like, you know how there's like third, fourth, fifth, sixth, however many theories of dimensions, that like they can be literally like walking right next to you, but we don't. It's like a whole nother world sitting there here within the world, within the world, within the world. Yeah. And it could be like them because they're on maybe a higher plane. Right? Maybe they're a more advanced version of you, and they just give you a nudge, right? Yeah. They can see you, and they're like, let me just nudge this guy because he's about to make a bad decision, or I'm gonna help him. Or there's some fucked up ones, and they're like, I'm gonna shove them in front of a bus.
Like maybe like the whole theory of like a guardian angel isn't really like a guardian angel. It's a separate timeline of yourself, so you are like your own guardian angel, and you're like, oh
yeah, there's some mind fuck.
So, do you think that any of these will ever merge or have merged? Because there's theories on that as well, correct?
The Mandela effect.
Correct. Yeah. Kind of like the deja vu,
Yeah. Well, they said when CERN or CERN, however you pronounce it, when they did the Large Hadron Collider and smashed the atoms together, there's theories that the second they did that, it fucked everything up.
Yeah.
And maybe not in a bad way, but like the timelines we have moved into a different realm. We are no longer on this path. We have split now.
Yeah,
and
like diverged.
The timelines are fucked. So like maybe there's like the time police that are like trying to correct shit. But like you never know, man. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Josh, I sent you an article about that kid that's like a genius. I don't know if you watched it or not, but his explanation of it's pretty crazy.
I did, and it was pretty wild. I mean, how old was he? Like 12?
He was like, between 10 and 12 at that time.
And just the way, like, watching him talk about it and his brain work and then him explain it and dumb it down was like...
And he drew it. He drew it on a napkin for you to get it.
Yeah, and it was pretty intense. Like, I don't know. That's why I thought this was a really good topic, and you led me to that.
Yeah, well, see, what's awesome about this is it's all theory and speculation. So it's just going to be like, what do you think and feel and believe?
Right.
I believe in like universal energy. So like I don't like just like simply closing things off because they sound crazy, right? That's me. Yeah. Just my personal thing is like if you were to tell me something, I'm not going to be like, nah, you're wrong, just because I'm like, no, I don't know. I'd say like, well, that's interesting. I have no fucking clue, but that's an interesting theory. That's why I like these topics, because nobody is necessarily wrong.
Right. It's all just speculation, really. Or like, have you ever had one of those dreams? And when you wake up from that dream, you're like, man, I can remember all that, like you remember kind of discussing with yourself, like, man, that was a weird dream. Like, I don't recognize any of those people. I don't recognize where I was.
Yes.
And then, like, years down the road, you're like, boom, I remember this fucking dream. And then, like, you'll be like, oh, this is like, it'll happen in my brain. I'll be like, oh, this is gonna happen, and then it happens. And then, like, another thing, you'll be like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna happen now, and then it doesn't happen. And you're like,
It's because you probably recognized it, so you messed with the time.
yeah, it fucked up the timeline. That's what it is.
I love
Yeah.
I love the idea, and I don't know, man. Like, I don't think it's too far fetched, in my opinion. But
No, no. I mean, what's insane is when you do have those moments of deja vu. Like you said, you've had a dream, and I've had so many dreams that, like, honestly, I feel like you forget more than you remember. But
Right.
I've had dreams where I've had the same thing, where I've been like, man, same thing. I don't know where the fuck I was. There may have been one or two like familiar faces, but everyone else was different. And I remember one time being at like the goddamn grocery store, and all of a sudden I was like, oh shit,
Yep.
I've been here. Like, and not like
Yeah.
literally like, oh duh, I've been here, but like the whole thing happened. And then obviously not everything happened. And then like I'm the same way. I started thinking about that, and I'm like, it's because I fucking realized it. So it's like looking at it.
Yeah.
And then the timeline goes, nope, those events are no longer going to occur in the order that you remembered, because you have now tapped into something that maybe you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
so do you
So-
think if you've done it once and you do it again, do you think those get stronger as you keep doing it?
I don't
Like
know.
you think like a muscle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Josh, to go back a little bit, and I'm sure you've shared it with Jeff about the aliens. You've seen what those guys are doing, man. In the
Oh, yeah, dude.
they're
Oh,
like
watch
trying
them.
to they're communicating with a higher power of the unknown, and they have like all this evidence to like support some of it. And I'm like, so who's to say you couldn't? And I mean, dude, you could go down the hole with like monks and all those guys,
Right.
and going into like extreme meditation to where they're more or less stopping. Like they're there, but they're not there. I mean,
Yeah.
they are somewhere else, like the astral plane, and projecting all that out and like going into another realm is very real with some of those type of cultures and religions. So yeah,
Yeah.
shit, to answer your question, I think it can absolutely be trained. And I mean, not to look at Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying, I know that's Marvel and I get it, but like,
Like, but there was, all right. So there was a time where I had a dream that I was in this fucking house, like, working. I didn't really understand what was going on, and I was with somebody that I didn't recognize. I didn't know whatsoever. Never met before in my life. And then I don't even know how long it was, but several years down the road, this was. I remember having a dream when I was in Virginia, and that was before I moved back up here. And when I was doing my mitigation job, I was at this job where I'm at this house, and all of a sudden I was like, here it is. This is it. This is the dream that like stumped me for like 2 weeks. I was like, oh shit, this is the guy I'm working with. Like, I know him now. Like, and now it makes sense. And then literally he was working on something, and I went, hey, be careful, you're gonna break that mirror. And they fucking broke the mirror. He was like, oh shit, how'd you know?
I dreamt it.
It's like,
I've been here before, man.
Because this isn't the first time I've done this.
It's crazy, right? It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like, it was wild.
So here's a good, I mean, maybe a good question. Why don't we have access to that all the time?
Maybe
Because
we
we're too
do.
Stupid.
Yeah, well, maybe we do. And again, we're just not like
We
We're not
honed it.
operating at that frequency yet.
our muscle ain't that strong.
Well, the brain is a fascinating thing. So, I mean,
You
there
gotta
are,
train it.
we still, I think some of the utmost, like, the neurosurgeons and all the people that look into your brain, I think they're all like, we don't know a lot.
I think you can absolutely tap into it. I think it is available. It's just you don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe Jeff's right. Maybe we're just too stupid to figure that out.
Yeah, we're just not there yet.
No, I think you could probably argue an evolution thing. We are not ready or capable, so therefore it's kind of like the whole thing where the certain entities or people don't want to tell you stuff because they're like, you can't handle it.
Yeah.
Your mind would literally explode.
That's the thing. I'm pretty sure, like, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, dude, honestly,
Like,
we watched The Matrix the other day, and Sophia watched it for the first time in her life, and she was like, "This is a fucking weird movie," and I was like, "So you got to think about it, because how do you know that that's not your reality right now?" And then I just watched her little mind stop and go, and I was like, "Prove it, like prove that you're real." And as soon as you do that to someone, they usually are like, I can feel, and I'm like, can you, or is that just your brain sending a signal? And I'm like, how do you know you're not in the Matrix right now, and how do we not know that? So I was like, if you unplug me right now and showed me the real world, I'd probably have a fucking Neo reaction of vomiting and all that at first, but I'd be like, all right, now what?
So let me ask you this question then. Damn it, I just had it and I lost it because What are we looking like on time? I'm sorry.
we're good. We're fine.
Okay, we're good. So, damn, take it over because it'll come back.
Oh man, you can't lead it like that.
Right? Like, I got a question. No, I
I got a question. Shit, it's gone. Maybe your other self took it away because you weren't supposed to ask
He
it.
was
'Cause
like,
we're
no,
not ready
you
for
guys
it.
aren't ready for that question yet.
Ready for that question. God damn it, Josh.
Fucking A.
Don't worry, we're gonna fight on the inside.
I need
I might get
it.
it.
I need that. Remember it. You just got to tell your brain to remember. So then, I mean, we kind of. I knew that this topic was going to get
I
into
got
a
it.
rabbit hole.
Do you think that?
Sorry.
Just go.
Go.
Do you think that we are actually tied to a multiverse, or do you think that this could potentially be a simulation?
Oh,
I told you we would fight it, and I'd get the damn question out.
yeah. Well, good. See, so Jeff. Why don't you go ahead, man? I've been talking about.
So no, it's all right. It's no problem. So I definitely believe in the string theory and multiverse. I don't really fall in line with the simulation theory that, like, we are a patent simulation of somebody else's creation, and
Have you ever seen your neighbors bring in the groceries?
yeah, all the time.
Yep.
It's a stupid question.
Oh, I just
I
saw
see
it.
them do groceries. I see them do laundry. And they go about their day. I know where they work.
I see them live.
Yeah.
I see them live their lives.
Yeah.
So
It was a funny meme. I was just trying to.
well, you failed.
I did. It's okay.
I mean, that's what it's about. Life is about fucking up.
I'll just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks.
That's just people on the internet ask you stupid questions. It's like that guy that flew. Never mind. I'm not even getting into that.
But yeah, let's go back
Fuck that whole
to
shit.
what
Yes.
you were saying.
Yeah.
So I think that it could be possible. Like, why not? But I think it would be fascinating to learn that. If you all of a sudden discovered, which I just don't believe they would ever let that happen.
Yeah.
If there was some kind of a species or being or whatever it is controlling this super reality that is our existence in this vivid fucking detail, I'd be like, awesome. Like, so like, who's controlling me? Like, who's the puppet master here? Is it just a supercomputer? Because it would likely have to be. It'd have to be some advanced AI to be able to operate this way. And then, I mean, because people argue, nobody truly has free will. Like, there's arguments about that and about being in a program or it's controlled by something where it's like you don't actually have free will.
Who made me do that?
Well, that would be the question. Like, why are you making me do all these things? Why'd you make me go to work? Like, why do I have to have a job?
Why does money exist?
This is like a billion questions that's probably why they'd never let it happen. Or
right?
You know what happens is the people that like start to figure this shit out or get close, they just like put a code in and you die.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get cancer or you're gonna die in a car accident, and they're like, he was fucking close.
Yeah. Like the
And there's
So
a
what's his name?
glitch. See, this is a simulation because Jeff glitches.
Ah, ah,
I mean, we've got video evidence of the Matrix with him.
right, right. No, like, fuck, what's his name? Stephen Hawking. You know, like, what was he getting into that they fucked him up?
Yeah. Well,
That's
see,
really
he
good.
before he passed away, he gave the warning about AI.
Yeah.
You know, he like one of his many things he said, but you know, he did say that artificial intelligence, if kept unchecked, will be the end. That was his theory.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I completely or don't agree or disagree with it. It's interesting.
It is definitely interesting.
Definitely played with the idea.
Yeah. Man, I think there's like we just hit a moment there where
Yeah.
everybody's just wondering.
Yeah, I think it's one of those subjects that you could dive dangerously deep into and never really come up with an answer because it's all theoretical.
How
We have no way of proving it right now, and all we're gonna do is give ourselves nosebleeds. You know, it's I don't think we're gonna stumble upon some sort of amazing find just because we talk about it. I don't think that's ever going to happen. I don't think we're that smart to be able to do something like that. But I think
do
it's
love
fun. It's
your
fun
power
to
of
have the
positivity.
right. I'm perpetually negative. I have to. I have to be. Um, but yeah, I think it's just really fun to have these types of conversations to where we're like, it's a thought process and a conversation starter. People can watch these videos and be like, yeah, like I've never really thought of it that way, or oh my god, that's a crazy idea. So I don't know. I hope we bring up that type of
Curiosity.
that type of like thought provoking initiative to where people can really just sit down and think. Now, hopefully, they don't go too far down that rabbit hole and start losing themselves because that's what we want. But it's
Unless
a
you
fun
want to do it,
exercise.
go for
I
it.
mean, that's your free will unless you don't have it.
We don't know. We don't know.
But yeah, so I mean, be careful with how far you want to dig your hole. You go as far as you want to go. So just don't get too crazy because I've been lost in those holes before.
But you know what you should do when you do go down those holes? I'm just going to show it again. You should probably expect the unexpected.
Yeah,
That's right.
most definitely. All right, folks. Well, I think this is a good place to wrap it up.
This has been a fun conversation.
Yeah, it's so
Indeed.
awesome. I'm glad we could finally get Zach on with the technical difficulties, and I'm glad that everything's been going well on my end with technical difficulties, and
I'm just glad our mics are on.
right. Yeah. So yeah, again, thank you everybody for the support. It's been so amazing. Just we're not expecting to have 1,000,000 views in a night. That's crazy. We just like to have fun and hang out and have cool retrospective and introspective conversations. And so again, like if you like what you hear and you want to hear more of it, don't forget to hit that like and hit that subscribe button, and definitely remember to hit that bell icon.
Bing.
So that way you can get the notifications whenever we upload new videos. And definitely check out our On Tap series so that way we can give you our opinions on some sweet drinks that we have, like the one I'm enjoying tonight. I'm actually working on a video right now on it. So yeah,
Didn't you? Look at
hell
that.
yeah.
Damn. Didn't see that coming, did you?
Right. So on that note, don't forget to expect the unexpected.
Deuces, gooses.
Later.
Peace.